Hi, boys and girls. This is Mrs. Thompson. I have another book that I found at the library before it closed down, and I just read it, and it was so cute. But the one thing that I really love is the illustrations that are in there. Okay, so while I'm reading, you pay attention to those illustrations, and I bet it's something that you could even try at home. This is called Harold Finds a Voice by Courtney Dickmas. Okay. Her name is the only name on this book, and so we already know that she is the author and the illustrator. Now, I don't know if you guys know a lot about parrots, but there are some parrots that can imitate sounds perfectly. Okay, and this is one of those parrots. Can't wait for you to listen to Harold Finds a Voice. Deep in the heart of Paris, in apartment 4B, there lived a very clever parrot. Now, we've talked about that word clever and what that means. We've talked about it with being clever as a fox. And we know foxes are very clever. They're very smart. His name was Harold. Look how she drew Harold with her paints. Ring, ring, ring. Harold was a gifted bird. Burble, blurble, blurble. Goal! Wee! He could hear any sound just once and copy it perfectly. Frrr! Ding! When Harold heard something beautiful, he simply couldn't resist the urge to repeat it. Vroom, vroom. He loved the sound of water most. Shh, flush, whoosh, whoosh, whoosh. Hello, 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 hello. There was only one problem. Harold was tired of repeating the same old noises. He often wondered what other sounds were out there. See, he's looking out the window. There's a picture of the Eiffel Tower because this story takes place in Paris, France. Early one morning, Harold saw his chance to find out and took it. See, his owner is in the bed sleeping. Harold couldn't believe his ears. The world was full of beautiful sounds. Everything had its own voice. Beep, beep. Ooh, ooh. Honk, beep, honk, beep, honk. Vroom. Chop, chop, chop. You know how helicopters sound. Flip, 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 flap. And there were big noises. Wonk. And small ones. Slurp. Plunka, 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 plunka. There were cheerful noises and sad noises. Even so soulful, sniffling noises. That dog is just sniffing him. It seemed that everything in the world had its own voice except Harold. I must have my own voice, he thought. I've got to be in there. It's got to be in there somewhere. It's now or never, he decided. He took a deep breath and ... Y'all know what that means, right? That ellipsis, another craft move that we learned about at the beginning of the year. Rock! I love that picture. It looks like his mouth is wide open, his tongue is sticking out. He's giving it all he's got. I love it. What was that? What a horrible noise! But then something wonderful happened. Look at all of those birds coming towards Harold. What a great voice, squawked the other parrots. We heard you from miles away. That afternoon, Harold's new friends listened to all the voices he could make. They wanted to hear more and more and more and more. And when it was time for dinner, Harold invited them home. And there's his owner. Harold taught his friends to make all the noises from apartment 4B. Of course, Harold was still the best alarm clock. He made the best kettle noise. He was easily the best washing machine. And he was the best shower. So he could make those noises the best out of all of the birds. But his own voice made by him, happiest of all. There's our book about Harold finds a voice, and he eventually found his own voice, and he was super pleased with it. Hope you guys enjoyed it. I've enjoyed finding new books. These are books that I don't have at school. I went to the public library and borrowed them. And I have enjoyed finding new stories to share with you guys. But like I said, most of all, I loved the illustrations that the illustrator used here. So if you have some paints at home and your mom is adventurous, at my house we always painted at the kitchen table, you might want to try some painting like the author did here. I think I could do little dots all over the place. I think I could paint that way, and I bet you can too. I hope you guys have enjoyed Harold Finds a Voice.